Well, jeepers! You're listening to Smash or Pass.
Hey everyone, welcome to another video on the JB
and
Millie channel. And again, we're starting a video with an apology that firstly, we've not done one of these for a while.
there's no apology for that because the last one didn't perform that well and I was disappointed. But the point is, right, like, we kind of do these when we can at this point, and
this is building up to our next Q&A. Ultimately, we want to get this series done because we know you've been submitting some questions and we apologise that it was probably a couple of weeks ago now, but feel free to keep sending them. We are kind of working towards it. We're not that far away now.
No, just like maybe 3 or 4 episodes. But like, I'm gonna put out my last chance saloon for like last minute questions like in a bit. Hopefully by the time this goes out, which I don't know when it will be, but hopefully in the next like maybe even 10 PM tonight or something.
I think it's fair to say we'll probably be recording the Q&A next weekend. So you've got like about 5 days to get the rest of the questions in. But anyway, that was a complete tangent. JB, we are reviewing Scooby-Doo Where's the Crew? So, plot summary.
Yeah, so again, these plot summaries are not thought out. These are not written in any way. And in fact, I don't even remember the episode. So I'm just going to kind of...
Do you want me to try?
No, I'll run with it. So, there's a captain and his crew go missing. Where is the crew? The crew do go missing, don't they?
The captain doesn't know the crew's gone missing. He gets kidnapped before the boat
So the
comes
title of the episode spoils the reveal.
A little bit.
That's ridiculous. So
what
where's
happens...
the crew? Oh, I wonder where the crew is. They're not missing, so they must... That's ridiculous.
So basically what happens is...
I hate that.
The gang are kind of on this expedition with the professor to go and look at a shipwreck. So on the boat, there's the professor, there's the crew. I think, from my understanding, the
crew are telling legends about sea monsters,
but they scare themselves
serpents.
a little bit and decide that they're going to go back to shore. So they go back to shore. We see the 3 kind of ghouls. The professor gets kidnapped. The boat comes back that the crew didn't make it to shore, but where are they? And will the gold ever be found that was rumoured to be with the shipwreck? That's a very terrible plot summary. What's happening with us?
No, well, the plot summary... I mean, here's the thing, right? I think the issue with watching these classic episodes, I wouldn't say ad nauseum, but a lot of them, or at least 2 or 3, they do kind of become samey. They blend into one, and it's not a popular opinion, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's like... What?
Just that we've been sat... This is completely like irrelevant and off-camera stuff. We've literally just been sat with headphones in. Who were we trying to listen to? Why have you set headphones up, JP?
We're so used to doing interviews that I just set headphones up. And we were sat listening to nothing with the headphones. I don't know what we were doing there. See, but this is it. We're out of practice because we're used to doing interviews. And to be fair, there's a lot. But here's the thing, going back to this. What I was going to say before I was viciously interrupted by Millie. I'm just kidding. Is basically, it's not a popular opinion, but at the same time, I think about our upcoming reviews of like the Velma show, and I'm almost sat through some of these thinking, I kind of wish we were reviewing Velma, because at least then I'd be going through moments of being annoyed, being disgusted, maybe being a bit entertained at some of the stupid parts with like Fred and stuff, but ultimately I'd be feeling something. And maybe this is like more of an issue with the next episode, but quite a lot of times with here it's just, okay, stuff's happening, that's kind of funny, that's cute, that's charming, but ultimately it's okay, that's happening, then this is happening, and I'm almost reacting to it versus responding to it, which is not really how I like to consume media.
See, here's the thing, and this is going completely off tangent, we are not getting into this episode yet, but moving forward, I almost want to write every series down, put it in a bowl and pick one at random instead of doing it chronologically. Because I think the reason we've not done these reviews consistently for a while is we're kind of doing series that were neither of our favourites. Whereas if we mix it up a little bit, so we've got Mystery Incorporated, then one of the older ones, then Velma, then something else, it's going to be less of a, we've got a really big chore in front of us to get through if we ever want to do the ones we want.
See, I'm going to be a bit of a pain in the neck here. I almost, and this isn't disparaging or taking away from the classic episodes, because there is some value there. I just think for me personally, I think we could be consistent and have a storyline, so to speak, if we literally just zoomed ahead to the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo and then continued there, put in Scooby-Doo, what's new Scooby-Doo, Get a Clue, Mystery Incorporated, Be Cool, Guess Who. Like I think about them and I'm excited for them.
I don't want to miss any out.
No, we could go back like a special, like, oh, it's classic.
I almost want to go to Velma and then reverse order it.
Ooh.
Because I want to be in that era.
You know what? We could totally get away with that because Velma is arguably the most recent one. And then you can go Guess Who. Then you can go, Mystery Incorporated, Be Cool. Although, would you slog through Guess Who? Because you've not really given that show a chance yet.
Well, I'm giving all these a chance. And
True.
I don't remember these. Like, I genuinely have, this memory issue thing. And, I don't remember these particularly well. So I'm giving these a chance.
I mean, I do just want it to be understood. I don't hate this series at all. It's just, I don't know. There's something blocking me. That I like them. I appreciate them. It's just, I don't feel much when I'm watching these,
No, say for example, if What's New was on in the background, and you were in the kitchen making dinner, I feel like you'd walk back through because you'd hear a song and it'd bring you back to present day.
Yeah.
Whereas with this there's nothing that kind of snaps in your head. So if you get distracted doing something while this episode's on, when we're watching it for the review, there isn't anything that clicks your brain back. Say if you aren't fully paying attention at the start of What's New episode, the song at the beginning, it clicks your brain to where you need to be, which is watching this. If you zone out a little bit, Che's song, you're back in it. There's nothing. If your mind veers off in the middle of one of these episodes, there's nothing that snaps you back.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
Other than the unmasking at the end and then it's a little bit too late.
Is it laziness, though? Because I think back to that when we did the movies, and apart from, that time in, the start when we were we don't really want to do this with, half of us or one of us, so we have to put one off unless they're not necessary. You know what I mean? We have to continue with these until, one of us can't. But we always look forward to doing the movies because every movie was different. Whereas... Could that be the case here? Is there just not enough storyline for us?
I think so, because I think realistically, how far are we into this episode now? We're 8 minutes in, and we've actually not covered this episode yet.
This is housekeeping. This is part of it, and it's a podcast, so it's somewhat long form. So if people want to hear, if people are I don't think people are gonna just be watching or listening to our reviews. Maybe they are, but this is still context around our mindset going into the episode. If they've just finished watching the Stephen E. Miller interview, link in description, then they're gonna know our mindset. No, you know what I mean. They're gonna know our mindset, and so this is where we are at the current time. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit of boredom. It's not fatigue because we've not done it for so long, but a little bit of boredom. So maybe we're going to switch up the format a bit. But I will say, I will accept maybe it's a bit laziness, but then I kind of think, when have we ever missed an interview? When have we ever missed one of the movie reviews? So there's just something that we need to do to
need to make
spice
this
it
work
up.
For us.
I can't say spice it up then go to Velma. That sounds a bit sus, but you know what I mean? Well, no, yeah.
Alright, so I just think we need to find a way that we make Smash or Pass keep working for us, basically. Because I think the issue is we try, and then because if there's a series that your heart's not in, you're stuck with it for a long time. So I'm thinking, after this series...
Oh, don't.
After this series, we go to Velma, and we work back. And we try and get as far back so that we've covered everything in the end.
I'm hoping it coincides with... Well, are we finishing this series?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hoping I almost wanna hold it off though until I start working properly because I do kind of want different visuals. I'm sure I can make visuals. I'll do my best. But yeah, that's the housekeeping going into this. Maybe we're gonna switch off the format a bit. But I'm more looking forward to reviewing Velma than the rest of this series.
I am looking forward to ripping into that. That's going to be amazing. The only issue I'm going to have is staying awake through the episodes because genuinely, and you can agree to this, when we did our reactions, I was falling asleep.
I don't think I can though, because it's just so bizarre. It's so weird. But
Right, so let's get into this episode because this has been a long time. Okay, so like we said, the gang are on the boat with Professor Poisson. So Poisson, French for fish, it's a French professor that's out at sea.
wait, Poisson? I thought
Poisson.
Wasn't that one of the royal families of France?
I don't know. I just know that Poisson.
Oh no! Wait, no!
This is an embarrassing story. So the reason I know Poisson's French for fish, not just because I did French lessons, but I've got my oldest sister's oldest son, James.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He once went on holiday with us to Spain, and we were at an all-inclusive place, so it had what each food was in multiple languages. He saw poisson under fish. I'd eaten it every day for the first week and then noticed it and suddenly wouldn't eat it anymore because he thought it had poison in it.
Well, I mean, that's a delicacy, that is a delicacy in all seriousness. You can get, cuttlefish or puffer fish that, unless they're cooked absolutely 100% perfectly, if you eat it, it could do you in. And yet people will pay through they'll pay an S-ton to get it. So, I don't know. There's weirder things have happened. But, yeah, I'm just thinking about a Doctor Who episode at this point. So.
Right. So we're going to continue on. So, the crew will leave and we see the three monsters. So, for me, this is an issue.
Have 3 people been revealed and then 3 monsters show up?
It's so annoying. It is so annoying, right? Because, like you said, 3 people leave, there's 3 monsters. And the thing is they don't try and disguise the fact there's 3 monsters, 3 people by animating a screen so you've got 2 and then it cuts and there's 1. You see 3 people together in the kind of angle you almost would for an unmasking where they're kind of shoulder to shoulder. It's very obvious.
And this is my issue, because this is all there is, and I've always been an advocate for let's do less crossovers, let's do more just Scooby. That's why I like Trick or Treat versus the idea of a Crypto or a Courage in a way. But I am missing the new Scooby-Doo movies, and if we don't care about the mystery, let's talk about the Addams family, let's talk about how much we know about this person.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm kind of thinking, what is there to discuss apart from the mystery?
Well, what there is to discuss, I think, here, and that I do want to go into, is, like we say, there's 3 monsters. I want to go into what they look like.
Ooh.
And it seems like I'm in a negative mood today, but I assure you I'm not. Can we agree that it doesn't make any sense at all why these 3 monsters are together? If it was 3 pirates from the shipwreck, okay, got it. 3 people, cohesive, I kind of understand it. But it's not. You get an alien with gills.
Is that? I thought that was a big octopus.
Well, it's confusing because it kind of looks like an alien. It's got legs, definitive legs, but then 4 tentacles.
It looks like there's an experiment in Lilo and Stitch that it looks like, actually. So.
Then we get the glowing pirate. Don't quite get the yellow tinge to it, but we've got a glowing pirate.
It's the purple I don't understand with that. It looks almost like a black light Funko Soda Chase.
And then we have the Tar Monster reskin to green.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, okay, I guess I appreciate that back in the 70s or whatever, they could have gone with, let's have this pirate duplicate the model sheet by 3 and just colour them in differently.
Which I would prefer. For me, it looks like a goofy aesthetic to have 3 completely different things. They don't look like they belong together. You can't even if there was an element of seaweed draped over their shoulder or something that's okay, all 3 of you are from the sea. There's no kind of nothing that ties them together.
Was it not part of the lore? And again, you can tell me that I've got it wrong because I might have done. I'm sleepy. But in the episode, don't they say that the legend was that the pirate managed to find a way to control an army of sea monsters or a group of sea? So it's a bit
like
goofy.
Sea monsters?
No, because of the size. I think it's clearly person in costume, and this is what I'm questioning. I think context is important, and so kids watching this in the 70s, or whoever watching this in the 70s, wouldn't be tuning in for, we have to watch episode 4 before episode 5, so this episode could have been on at any time, and so it'd be a bit weird for them to question if it's someone in a mask at this point. But it is getting a bit weird that, like, they've been in so many situations now, and they're not once thinking, hang on a minute, maybe this isn't all it seems, and just, when they're up close, just rip a mask off.
Yeah, it's insane. And can somebody please tell me at what point it's established that all the gang are experienced divers?
No.
Because that's the big USP here. Like, it's how they started off. The professor's like, oh, we brought you all in as experienced divers. And they could have made that a little bit more interesting. It could be that this is a Velma school project. She lied to get everybody in with this professor that's top of his career that she wanted to work with. And then you get, like, Scooby and Shaggy turn to each other and be like, professional divers, or whatever. And then there's kind of, like, a gimmick to it. It's just very, we needed to throw those words in there to let you know.
Yeah, like, exposition, which I actually don't even think it needs. Like, just a bit of tweaking, and it could be that they're on a fishing trip or any number of things. But I guess, and I was going to say, and I guess they need a reason why they can now scuba dive. But they scuba dived in the Captain Cutler episode, the Loch Ness Monster episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies, with just, oh, there's scuba gear there, let's go. Like, yeah. And that's kind of all it needs, but I guess if they want a reason.
It is what it is. Anyway, the professor gets kidnapped, Daphne, Fred and Velma are trapped in the wheelhouse, and of course Shaggy and Scooby get trapped in the kitchen. We see that the dinghy boat comes back and the crew aren't in there, so we establish something's happened to them, but obviously at this point it's just painfully obvious. 3 and 3.
Yeah. And one thing I do like, though, is I like the concept of that little... There's like a shuttle that they take to go under the water, and then they can dive from that. I don't understand it, right? I don't know why that they have that. Because I've not done high-level diving, but I've done a bit of diving, and you just roll off the boat, you know what I mean? So I don't know what that was about, but I love how they took the time to make the underwater setting look quite nice. I'd imagine for the time it probably looked stunning, but I like the setting. That's one thing I will say.
But I've got other issues
and the
with
concept
this.
I liked.
Okay, so it's a good concept, it is, but how is it that you can drop... It looks like a diving helmet,
yeah, like
right?
a big Captain Cutler.
How is it you can drop it through the hole, but when he pulls it up it doesn't fit? And that's how they block the hole.
Ooh.
That doesn't make sense. And I get it's meant to be fun. It doesn't need to make sense. But I'm just saying that you can't push something through a hole and for neither the hole to change size or the item to change size for you to then pull it back through and it's too small.
Could it have been a pressure thing or waterlogged?
I think it's just to fit the narrative,
I'm just trying
to be honest.
Find something, but yeah.
Anyway, we get this fun thing where Scooby unlocks the door. He can change his claw into a key. They open the door. They find the gold. They see the professor. It's all very obvious. Something that I was going to say before you kind of skip to the bit about the diving is they could have even had the professor disappear at the same time as the crew. The crew didn't need to leave on a boat. They could have all just gone missing in the night, all 4 of them, because then at least you're like, one of them's innocent. Is it going to be the professor? Is it going to be the first mate? It didn't need to be as obvious.
But, that being said, I think this episode, when I was watching it, I was thinking, like, how scary it is, really, when you think about the concept of it. Like, I don't know, there were just some sequences where I was putting myself in that scenario, and I was like, say I'm on an isolated boat, there's 3 monsters after me. That'd be quite scary, and I was almost thinking if they were to adapt like another Scooby Natural or another more Mystery Incorporated take on it, I think this would be a good episode to borrow from.
Okay, JB. So with that in mind, are you saying smash or are you saying pass?
I think this is the reason why I'm a bit turned off by these episodes, because it could either be a pass or a smash. It really doesn't matter. Like, it's good, wholesome fun. That's all I've got to say. But I think I would watch this one again. I think the water design is fun, the boat's fun, and some of the stuff that happens is funny. Like, the looks on Scooby's faces in this episode in particular, it reminded me a bit of, like, Be Cool. Like, he was a lot more expressive in this one, I think. And so I would watch this again, yeah. So I'm going to smash it.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'd say I genuinely agree with you. It could be a smash or a pass. It's kind of a nothing episode. It doesn't do anything wrong. It doesn't do anything particularly right that I want to, like, comment on. It exists. And there's nothing wrong with it existing in the world. It's not offensive in any way. So to that end, I'm going to say it's a smash because ultimately it's something that I'm probably going to see in the future again. If we've got kids, they start watching it, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is a terrible episode, let's turn this off and I'll introduce you to, like, you know, what's new. We'll get there. This is on TV. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll just leave it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that on reflection, I reacted to a tier list from Collider that they compiled, like, the top 10 series, and this was, like, either not on the list or it was, like, 8 out of 10, and I didn't see why. But I think for me, this has just been one of those series that I think I was blinded by nostalgia. You know, I don't know. Or maybe as a kid it worked, as a more adult person it isn't as much. But I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Anyway, that does it for this episode. We're going to start getting some more frequent uploads going. I guess we used to do community news.
How about this, Millie? One thing that was said in the Stephen E. Miller, link in description, premiere was there's been some words and people want us to make an exception in the Smash or Pass series about the connection to Scooby. They want us to smash or pass the Mario Brothers movie.
Really?
Are you down? Are you down? That's my question to you.
Like, as a video in of itself?
What do you mean?
Or just now, is it a smash or a pass?
No, like, I assume a video in and of itself.
Yeah, we'll do it. 1,000,000%.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I'm excited for that.
If there's... Oh, no, because I'm gonna... Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. I think I might need to watch it again first. So, JB, you're taking me on a cinema date.
Yeah!
I need to record stuff as soon as I've seen it or it's not in my head.
I'm gonna drop some Riz as well in the cinema.
So...
Community news. Did we mention Scott
community news
last time? Scott NerdSync.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, so much has happened, right? Loads of interviews. We were featured on a NerdSync video, which is absolutely crazy. 500,000 subscribers. So huge thank you to NerdSync. Link in the description. Let's think about news.
Okay, so
just loads on our end. Just a load of interviews. Like, honestly, like our recording schedule the last 3 weeks has been completely crazy, and I'm really looking forward to revealing them, premiering them. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, this is all pretty standard without saying. We've certainly covered it in other videos, but I guess it's just like a really interesting time for Scooby at the minute. I'm genuinely kind of enjoying it again, and I've not been able to say that for a while. I mean, like, there's been so much happening with, like, the crypto leak, with things just more and more coming out about haunted high-rise. I'm more invested in Scooby than I've been for some time. Like, I think for all not much is happening, stuff certainly is. Like we were saying with that kind of stuff. I think in terms of kind of merch and everything coming out at the minute as well, the Warner Brothers UK site has got a couple of really interesting, like, you know, like the Funkos that were done for Looney Tunes.
Oh, that's
and
something.
Scooby.
That short was released. You know, the Acme Fools, Scooby-Doo people as Looney. Yeah. That short was released. That's news.
Some good merch has come out for it. So in the UK, you can get a t-shirt via ASOS. Like I said, Warner Brothers store for the UK has, like, a mug and 2 t-shirts with the Looney Tunes crossover. Asda at the minute, as well, in the UK, seem to always have at least one piece of, like, Scooby merchandise, like a t-shirt of some description. So I think the newest one they've just done Scooby in the drum kit, which we've showcased as well, which was really good.
Yeah. I mean, it's slow news, really. Like, It's so weird because I feel like we've not done community news for such a long time. There's probably loads to catch up on, but no, it's just.
I mean, like you say, there's so much to say, but I do think it's a decent enough time for Scooby.
Honestly, though, if you want community news, just subscribe because I'd say either it happens here
anyway,
or we discuss it here. You know, it's as it comes really. So yeah, I think that kind of wraps things up nicely.
Yeah, I'd agree. So subscribe, please like the video, comment down below. As JB said, I will do the Smash or Pass of the Mario movie. If there's any other videos you want us to make, please do let us know, and we'll see you next time.
Hey.